Guess who's back? I told you I was coming back, didn't I? This is part 2 of children that are exposed too young. You disagree? Maybe because you still have your child mindset while you're an adult. I mean, if I was the kids of today, I wouldn't go to any adult for help that still acts like a child. You can't get help there. You only get validated in the behavior that you have. Let's say you got an aunt and she popping off, slapping cheeks at the club, booty hanging out. I mean, unless you at the pool or the beach or with your man role playing, why is your booty hanging out? Just because that's the new era? I'm not about to walk around with none of my cheeks out. Not the one or the two of my cheeks out. Unless it's around a pool. Or I'm wearing a bathing suit. Huh? Sure, I like to dress sexy. Sure. You see my videos. But there's a time and a place. And when you just consistently had your bleep hanging out, it speaks even if you don't open your mouth. Call it what you want. I grew up around enough women that were either strippers, had horrible childhood trauma, daddy issues. You don't think I know it when I see it? I got daddy issues. Some women have mom issues, confusion, looking for love in all the wrong places. It's very easy for us women to get caught up because men want us. That's attention. Duh. Feel good, don't it? Shut up. Yes, it do. You up in here capping. We're going to go over some ways to protect our children that have been exposed way too young. Like myself. I ain't going to defend it just because I'm going to be great as a grown-up and don't want to do any hard work because it's going to bring up them feelings that hurt. So I'm going to go smoke some weed. Drink some alcohol. Be promiscuous. Seduce. Get him to leave his wife. Or not. I ain't finna do none of that. I'm finna face what hurts. Because I know resilience is on the other side. And I ain't never been weak. I just been manipulated. Because I was set up to be so. Thanks to my abuser. Moving forward. How to protect the children. Open communication. And you can't talk to your child if you are not emotionally available. If you have never dealt with your trauma, get the hell away from that child. Because you're finna scar them. They're going to go through something that's going to trigger your feelings of your trauma that you don't deal with because you drink or do anything else to not feel that pain. So they're going to force you out of your comfort zone and then you're going to personalize, aren't you? Yes, you are. You're going to personalize their hurt and pain because yours never got dealt with. You never got the love you needed, the attention you needed. No one saved you. So how can you have it in you to save them? Get yourself help. Foster a comfortable environment where children can ask questions about online content and sensitive topics. Keep in mind, if you live in a box and want to keep safe at all times, don't want to be emotionally challenged, you can't help your child. You could just damage them further. So do us all a favor. For that child grow up to rob me, get them the help that they need since you ain't available. That's all I'm saying. Come on, man. Boy, parental controls. Utilize technology to filter inappropriate content on devices and internet services. That was challenging for me because I was not tech savvy the way a lot of these kids are. I had to learn. So I'd be darned if I didn't. I made sure I learned so I could be one step in front of my children. And they still wind up being off the hook in some ways. We can't save them from everything. Monitor online activity. Regularly review the apps, websites, and content your child access. Quit giving them a tablet so they can shut up and leave you alone. Nobody asked you to get them cheeks clapped or clap some cheeks and then create them. At least you could do is make sure they don't grow up to rob me, be promiscuous, be a hot mess, do that work. Think about more than just yourself. Set screen time rules. Establish clear boundaries for screen use to manage exposure to content. That is important. A lot of these kids can scroll as long as they want all night long. I used to take my children's devices at a certain time. And I definitely learned how to put controls on certain ones. And you know what? I had certain family members that did not do the same in the same way. Didn't even know that their child was accessing certain things and exposing my child to it. Let alone this family member was off the hook. Everything, every sexual joke she could say, she'd say it right around the damn kids. Cringe in my soul. But because I was a pushover, I'd passively tell her to stop. Which she was more narcissistic and she'd lawnmowered right over that. And my kids watch this. See where I messed up? Promote positive content. Guide children towards high quality educational websites and apps. If you do this early before they find the ratchet, you got a fighting chance. You know how hard it is to not want to see the ratchet? Especially if you got a creative brain like mine. It's almost like it calls the ratchet once we see it. Good luck trying to get me to not want to go see it after I've been exposed. No. I was drawn to it because I already seen some of this sexual content by my abuser when I was like 6, 7. He didn't give me the breakdown of what he was doing. I just seen and then was molested by the woman's son, for God's sakes. Delay digital access. That's what me and my husband did when it came to our kids. And we had the hardest time because their little cousins had access to their electronics. And my kids would constantly be jealous and envious of that. And not find some way to get their mind off of it. So whenever I had my nieces and nephew, all devices would have to be down. We all did something interactive. That's what Aunt Kiki was all about. Interacting with them, not giving them a device and sitting them in a damn corner. So as you can see, I got a lot of grievances that revolve around this topic. Hey, I never said I was perfect. I absolutely stutter. I absolutely mispronounce words. And I don't feel bad about it. Who I'm finna show off for? I ain't fronting for nobody. This is authentically me. Flaws and all, baby. Again, if you don't like it, swipe past me. We got to do better. We got to give these kids a fighting chance. Starting with ourselves. We got to figure out how we going to fix our flaws, our inner child wounds. Because our kids have been watching, no matter if we think they haven't. They've been watching our ratchet mess. Yeah, I said it. I am included. And I ain't impressed. I'm tired of watching women with daddy issues act like they don't have daddy issues or just be ignorant to the fact. Sometimes when my husband would be with our daughters, I would get triggered. You know how long I struggled with that? I didn't even know why. Because I was ignorant with my abuser. I had no clue I was abused to the extent I was. My inner child was jealous. My inner child was envious that my daughters was getting the love at times from their father that I craved. See how it pops back up? Quit lying to yourself and do something about it. This is the Creative One. You know what I'm saying? Over and out, player.